What is up, me laddies? So, previous episode was a pretty slow start actually, largely because of my debt, but also because of a little bit of a bad RNG in my opinion. For example, it took me so long to get out of debt that I couldn't even use my claim on Desmond, or I will also say that AI aggressiveness was also quite high. I have never quite seen the kingdom of Connacht expanding that fast ever before in this game. But I also think this is kind of good actually because it makes for a more interesting experience. So yeah, with that, let's get started. In a few ticks, the religion in my capital will change from Catholic Christianity to Irish Christianity to Catholicism. So yeah, I will then send my bishop to fabricate a claim on Dublin, and hopefully I will be able to press it before my character dies, because even though he is only in his mid 50s, he got the fucking infiltrate, which is kind of horrible actually. And on the meantime, until I have the opportunity to declare war, I am also increasing the control on this recently acquired county in order to get the most out of it. A very interesting thing that I just noticed is that a murder scheme against the husband of this French princess would pretty much be impossible, but against the French princess herself, it is actually pretty much a certainty, and it will only happen in 1 year. And the reason for this is almost certainly the ridiculous opinion malus you get from people of your other culture. With the Irish, for me, it is around minus 30. So yeah, this will be a potential option for me should I decide that it is absolutely necessary. So yeah, I got another one of these events. The first words of Nicholas, who is 3 years old. And let me check it out real quick. According to Google, most children speak their first word between the age of 10 to 14 months. So yeah, Nicholas is a little bit slow, I guess. And I just commissioned a runestone for just 50 gold. And this is a pretty incredible reward for just 50 gold. But I will also be getting this bonus, which will increase the control over this recently conquered county, which is great. I'm not exactly sure how, but I just got a free intrigue perk, and I will just go for this one because it will give me yet another way to find extra secrets in order to blackmail even more people. And apparently fabricating a hook on the King of France has a 40% success rate, so sure, why not? And my lease just died apparently of old age, presumably, at the age of 50. But yeah, his son took over. The realm wasn't completely divided because he already had the dukedom title, but he still feels far weaker than his father, and not only that, but he also has zero alliances as of right now. So yeah, I am really thinking about taking advantage of it. I think I am going to declare war on him, like right now. And of course I will also call my allies. I do have enough prestige for it after all. Oh wait lads, I forgot, I am playing Crusader Kings 3, I am not playing a complicated game. I can instead declare war on his little sibling first. And he will not be able to intervene even though they are siblings and of the same dynasty. Because lieges cannot interfere in vassal wars. So yeah. We'll probably make short work out of him. Oh, and he is also offering me the position of the marshal. Obviously an easy victory. And I also fabricated a claim on Dublin, that's great. And oh, this is just getting more and more interesting. While I am attacking his sibling, my Lizzie's sibling, his other sibling, who is an 8-year-old boy, declares a civil war against his brother, and he is also inviting me to help him. So I'm not sure, do I join or not? I am actually not going to join because I feel like I already have my hands full right now. So yeah, let those two idiots just tire each other out. So I just got fucking missiles. So yeah, that's horrible. I am trying to play the fucking game and I get bombarded by events like every fucking 3 seconds about this disease. Like, holy fuck. Excellent. So this is pretty much what I wanted. I won the war against this guy. And force demands, of course. And now, what I would have wanted would be to be able to disband my army so that I can declare war on this guy. And that's also because I am at the death's door because I got missiles, and my claim on Dublin will not actually be inherited by my children. So yeah, having to defeat this fucking army is really inconvenient. And the event spam really does not help. Alrighty, so my Liz just won. And yeah, I will immediately declare war on Dublin now. It's not going too good so far. Plus the event bombardment that I'm getting is incredibly distracting to say the least. But at least my allies are already on the way here. And I managed to win enough time just to be able to postpone the battle with my reinforcements being close enough to turn the tides basically. And yeah, I will be fighting on this hill battle and let's see how it turns out. We're obviously losing. So who knows, may allies may be able to turn this around. Yeah, they arrived on time, that's excellent. And I managed to fabricate a hook on the King of France thanks to what I was talking about, that intrigue perk, and yeah, he will pay me 100 gold, which is great actually. So yeah, this is the amazing combat system of Crusader Kings 3. This army is stuck on a loop of constantly attacking this army and being defeated and attacking it again. And this is the AI basically. Incredibly immersive experience. Look at them go. Good job, Paradox. Oh, I had completely forgotten. I had changed my focus to the intimidation focus, and there I was. Why am I getting those intrigue lifestyle perks? But yeah, I got another one now. I will just increase the strength of find secrets. Really, that's the best one. And yeah, these are my holdings right now. I would say I am definitely making up for the lack of progress in the previous episode. Do note that the King of Connacht that I was talking about earlier just unified the entirety of Northern Ireland. That's pretty interesting. But yes, for my expansion options, I have a truce with Leinster for the next 10 years because I got Dublin out of them. So it is possible that when my current character dies, that this truce will expire. And I think I will be using the meritocracy sim. Let me see how it works. Yeah, it is this thing right here, claim Lee's title. And apparently I do not have enough prestige for it. No, never mind, it is actually the claim throne. It will take 4 years, debatable if my character will even be alive in 4 years. but it does have a pretty good chance of success, so sure, why not. My character is also on the verge of a mental breakdown, so I will just go on a hunt, I guess. And oh, I just forgot I have the infirm trait, so I cannot actually go for a hunt. Which, you would expect that if the developers of this game had an IQ above 80, that they would make this option unable to be taken or unavailable rather to begin with, but no, the game actually presents it as available. It makes you plan all this stuff out, and then at the last moment you discover that you cannot partake in the hunt. Excellent design. But yeah, presumably you can still eat while being infirm. Actually, you know what? Fuck this. I will not waste 120 gold on this crap. I mean, it's not still at 100 my stress level, so who knows, maybe I will be alright. I gotta say, it is interesting how Mailais lost his alliance with France because it is his uncle who has connections with the French throne and not his sibling. Like, the alliance rules are shaky at best. Unless, of course, the AI is actually able to renegotiate an alliance by manually taking the option, and this guy is just not taking it. My scheme against him to claim his throne kind of failed. Yeah, that sucks. Rather than just waiting for this claim throne interaction, I just sent my bishop to fabricate a claim, and hopefully I will be able to get a ducal claim out of it. I also discovered that I can get some good alliances out of this lad, but I will postpone it actually because I first want to be a duke in order to be able to get the best alliances and not just get the alliances that the vassal count can get. And my character finally died, unfortunately. My territories were also divided, so I do believe that I get a claim on him, right? Yes. So yeah, that's good. A funny thing that I in fact predicted earlier in the previous episode is that this woman who was my stepmother basically, she is the regent of both my sibling half brother and me, but she will not prevent me from declaring war. In fact, against her own son. And to be fair, my character is 15, so her regency realistically would be pretty weak, but the same values would be identical if my character was 5 or 10. Basically, she wouldn't be able to veto me declaring war against her biological child, even though she is the regent, and she theoretically has this power. In fact, I would argue that being in the position of this guy historically would severely reduce your lifespan, but in Crusader Kings 3 it really does nothing. But yeah, I am kind of glad I didn't marry my younger brother to anyone actually, because now he will have no alliances to defend against me. Apparently, rather than declaring war on him, killing him is also an option, and the chance of success is basically going to be a coin flip. I will have to think about this actually. I am also pretty sure that the game gave him free retinues, because I basically inherited all of my father's retinues, 200 light infantry and 200 archers, and this guy has 300 archers out of nowhere, like legit out of his ass. He didn't even inherit any money, so there is no way in hell he recruited them. So yeah, on the one hand I am thinking about killing him because I do not actually have enough troops to beat him. In fact, I have less troops, and my ally may not be very reliable on this respect. But on the other hand, Ermengarde didn't really produce many children, so my dynasty is a little bit too small. It's only 2 people, so there is a high risk of a game over if I get an unlucky event. So yeah, I don't know about this. An alternative would be to try and fabricate a claim on the Duchy of Munster itself and then ally my sibling and take him down, you know, the two of us. That would be the most wholesome result, basically. So, hypothetically speaking, I could break my betrothal to this woman, considering that the alliance will be underwhelming to say the least. Although, wait, is she a countess? Yes, actually. So, I may actually stand to inherit her titles. That's interesting. Yeah, let's pretend I will roleplay instead. You know, she may not have been the best marriage possibility for me, but at least she's fertile. She already got pregnant. So there was a peasant uprising or something. It is just 200 guys. Alright. Easy victory. I really don't know why they rose up. I'm not sure. And the wife got pregnant again. That's what I was talking about. First child was a daughter. Hopefully the next one will be a son. Do note that I have matrilineal marriages off, so if I only get daughters, it's gonna be a big problem actually. And I just noticed that I can apparently arrange a marriage between my 1-year-old daughter and this 64-year-old Count of Metz. And this is actually great because there is no way in hell this marriage is ever going to materialize. These guys will die of old age before the betrothal can be confirmed. So yeah, I may as well arrange it and enjoy the free alliance. I find it interesting how the matrilineal marriage option even exists, by the way, even though I disabled it. Maybe it just exists but no one would ever accept it or something. The wife got pregnant again, and I think that really sucks actually. I just noticed it about marrying a ruler is that you cannot get the spouse council position, which gives you extra stats. So yeah, that kind of sucks actually. And because my bishop wasn't really making any progress into fabricating a claim in the Duchy of Munster, he was only getting Earl level claims. I decided to instead just go for Leinster. And because my brother is of the same dynasty as me and I am the dynasty head, I believe I can call him to war without wasting any prestige mana. And yeah. Easy victory. So I secured Leinster, which pretty much means that me and my brother control almost the entirety of Southern Ireland. All that remains is for me to somehow get this ducal title from my nominal lease. And yeah, once that's done, all that will be left will be dealing with the kingdom of Connacht. So as I was playing, I remembered about this thing about hybrid cultures that I saw people in the forums talk about. And apparently the option for me doesn't even exist because the Norwegian culture is less than 100 years old. Like, what? What does this mean, lads? I don't get it. Are the Norwegians a recent invention or something? And finally, after a lot of failed attempts, I finally got what I wanted. But again, it is this debt question. I will again be in a lot of debt if I accept this. But because of how unlikely it is to get a ducal claim, I think I am going to get it actually. So, I wonder, would it be worth it to try and convert cultures from Irish to Norwegian? I'm not sure. It says that it will complete in 21 years, meaning I won't have my steward available for 21 years, which is far from optimal actually. So maybe it will not be worth it after all. So I wonder if this is a possible way to bypass the limitation of not being able to declare wars while on dead. Having a claim, I can now create a claimant faction. So I will check out about it. Yes, I am pretty sure it is possible because I have the press demands option. This is funny. So my brother just joined the faction. So yeah, I am a little bit worried about. So if I declare war on him, can I, via the faction mechanic, can I still call my allies? Presumably I can. It would be fairly stupid if I cannot. But yeah, let me actually try it. Alright, I can definitely call my allies. That's great. And the prestige costs are also fairly low, so that's great. I love how my liege immediately starts water walking so that he can avoid my army. Let me see if I can catch him. Like, this is incredibly annoying. Like, I cannot describe how annoying this is right now. And finally, after an incredibly obnoxious experience, thanks to the very good people at Paradox who designed this war system, I finally was able to trap one of their armies. So let's see the result. Yeah, thank God for my allies. Again, it appears that this recent Crusader Kings 3 update suffers from the exact same debatable design option that Paradox made with monks and mystics in the previous installment. They have basically ridiculously increased the chance of plague and disease related events so that you can appreciate their work. But I do not appreciate their work. I look down upon their work because their work is like calling it subpar would be an understatement. But yeah. And yeah, just as I made a previous similar hypothesis on the previous episode, it appears that diseases just so happen to coincidentally spawn around my nation. Basically, what the game algorithm does is that increases the chance of a plague spawning close to you or next to you, so that you can appreciate the mechanics of the update. It is beyond retarded. I cannot seriously believe what they were thinking when they made this design option. And the best part is how I am just getting constantly bombarded by events, like events about duels between my marshals, events about my 5-year-old daughter finally walking, events about 5 events basically per plague, because event spam is really immersive, and Paradox really thinks that this is what role playing is all about, just being event spammed. I am trying to finish a fucking war with the worst war system they have ever designed in any of their titles by far. Even Victoria 3 has a better system than this. I am basically playing fucking League of Legends there. I am jugging their armies trying to last hit them. Like, what the fuck is this shit? They are jugging my abilities and shit. Like, this isn't a strategy game at this point. This thing isn't a strategy game. The war has been going for almost 1 year by now, and all I have been doing is trying to chase their armies around in order to get a battle, but I cannot. And I also love how every event choice is basically a combination of 10 different modifiers, and I just need to analyze them all in order to see which modifier combination is the most optimal. Like, again, incredible. All these events could just not exist. All of them. Finally, I caught another army. Like, this is so fucking painful, lads. This time, in order to combat the flu, I will both isolate my capital and go into seclusion and see what the effect is going to be. I also successfully made make friend sim with my brother. So yeah, now it is pretty much a certainty that we will be allies. Which, I actually kind of like, the rest of the game being utter garbage aside, the emergent storytelling of two potential political rivals putting their differences aside and focusing on their family ties in order to increase their family standing is a pretty cool and wholesome story. And finally, event spam aside, and yeah, let's see what the result is going to be. Alright, and with this victory I should be free to go and to besiege their holdings. Again, this event spam, it is very hard to understate how annoying it is. Like, hey, would you rather have minus 10 popular opinion for 10 years and 40 stress? Or would you rather have minus 30% development growth for 10 years? Like, whoa, dude, what an amazing choice. And I immediately get spammed again, dude. I just wanna see the conclusion of this siege. As soon as I click the previous event, I get spammed again. Like, alright, in this case, I'm not being very fair because this is a court physician event, which I caused it myself. But you get my point. Like, I'm getting so many events, I'm losing my mind at this point. And finally, I fucking win this war. I captured this guy's hair, so that's why. Fucking finally, lads. So, I am finally the King of Munster. The petty King of Munster, rather. And damn, this effect is really ugly. The plague effect right here. But yeah, unfortunately, my former liege did not have his territories taken away from him, so I will have at least one disloyal vassal to worry about. Meanwhile, my brother and I are best buds, so I will definitely not have to worry about him. And apparently, if I wanted to become the King of Ireland, I would need one more county basically in Ireland. And yeah, I am pretty close to it actually. I may be able to do this by the next episode. And another good thing about achieving a Duke level title is that I will no longer have to worry about my lands dividing on succession, so that's great. Oh wait, never mind, my bad, this is Crusader Kings 3. Apparently the game will create dukedom titles of its own on succession. Like, I have two sons, so my youngest son will automatically create the Duchy of Leinster. Which means that if I do not want my territories to be constantly divided on succession, I should definitely try to become king. But yeah, lads, that should be it for this episode. Thank you for watching. And on the next one, I will probably try to consolidate my holdings. Like, obviously get out of debt. And explore a little bit more about the religious and cultural mechanics and what I can do, like do I try to convert the entirety of Ireland into the Norwegian culture? Do I try to create something like a Norwegian Irish culture? I'm not sure. I will definitely convert the island into Catholicism though. Like, the easy mode would have obviously been to, like, convert myself into insularism and to adopt the Irish culture, but I wanted a challenge, which is why I started with this lad right here. Otherwise it would have been just another typical Unify Ireland campaign, which I find boring. Anyways lads, again thank you for watching, and I will be seeing you on the next one. Goodbye.